Here we go.
Yeah, it's because
See it on your face. I'm like, here we go.
Oh man,
Here we go.
it's like she is ready, but then she's not ready. But then keep in mind the toes. Welcome back to Cousins Unleashed. I'm Tia.
Toya.
And this week, oh yes, making
Make
friends
friends
in
at
your 30s. I'm only freshly into 30. I'm only 32.
Well, I'm about to be in my mid-30s. Yeah.
How old is that? 35?
Yeah.
35?
I'll be 35 next month.
Look at us. Black don't crack unless you do it. I said what I said. Because I don't know about you, but I don't, anytime people were like, oh, how old are you? And I was like, how old do I look? And they don't give me 30.
They never give me 30 either. They give me like 19, 20.
Girl, yeah, when I turned 30,
early 20s always.
somebody said I look 19. I was like, where? But thank you. I'll take it.
He would be shocked. I was in a mall like last week. And then this guy was like, oh, you need help? I was like, oh, no, my son is looking for a little spray ground bag. Your son? He's like, oh, you cute. He's like,
he went from shock to, oh my God, you're adorable. Oh my goodness.
right?
Your son.
Because, Markel taller than me, too. So
right.
Like,
they thought that was your big brother.
He was like, oh, you cute? He said, oh, thank you. I said, son.
Right, about to break his neck, son. Where? Huh? I'd be having some patients that they'll be like, oh yeah, my youngest is 20. Where? Huh? What you mean? Oh yeah, my oldest is 30 something.
For real.
And I'm like, how old are you? Because you don't look past 30 something. Because if you what? Oh, no, I'm 57. Real. Where? Because what's your secret? Because I'm trying to be like you.
On everything.
In my 50s, looking like I'm 30. I'm trying to be like that.
You're already there. Shoot.
Ooh. I keep telling patients, I'm like, I'm going to be a fine ass 4-year-old. I'm going to be nice.
Oh, everything.
With an O.
Oh, everything. I'm about to be stomping on
grass. Bruh, toy. Everything's about to be toy. Especially because your kid's about to be at the house.
Get
the hell out of the house. Get the hell out of the house.
This is why I'm like, I don't need to start all
it's over. It's mama's time to shine.
Markel got 2 more years. He's gone. You feel me? Ariel got 8. She's gone.
Look.
Why do I need to start over?
Why would I do that to myself?
I got a lot of stuff on my plate. Like, why do I need to start all over? I got school that's going to last 2 years. Like,
See? But this is about making friends in your 30s. It's rough.
Oh my God. No, for real. For real.
Yes.
I'm dead. No, it really is.
It's so rough. And
especially because since we're like going into our 30s and being in the mid-30s, it's like we've experienced a lot, and it's like a lot of times, well, with me, I kind of try to pump my brakes and tread lightly when making new friends because it's like I've been let down so many times by old friends.
Girl, that friendship
and it's still
hurt?
going. So it's just like
that friendship hurt.
I don't know.
Don't expect me to tell you that we ain't friends, okay? Like
we starting off as a
look,
everybody ain't your friend.
And co-workers too. They be trying to like get to know you so fast, and I'm like, calm down, okay?
No, for real.
Because it takes a while for you to get out of the co-worker zone.
And you might just stay in the co-worker zone.
The more you try.
You feel me?
Don't be trying to push my boundaries.
You're just a work friend.
That part. You are my friend for 40 hours a week.
But you know what? I've also noticed too, like when being at a job and you make good friends or whatever, associates, and you get real close and you doing this and that outside of the job, but then when you leave that job, that friendship kind of like isolates.
It does.
And I've noticed that a lot with a lot of people I've gotten close with this job, that job.
And then like over the years, you're like, oh, and then at that point you just become Facebook social media
buddies,
friends.
right?
Not even friends, because
this buddies.
Friend is a really heavy word too.
It is. So it's just like we just.
So I'm like, at that point, you just become Facebook acquaintances.
That part.
And then you're just like, oh, it's so nice to see your babies growing up. And that's about
That
it.
part. Right, that's it.
And then that's about it. And I'm like, I mean, I found it easier to make friends like while I'm at church. And then it takes a lot of intentionality to keep a friendship. To start a friendship at your 30s, in your 30s, or even after, and then it takes a lot of intentionality to keep up with it. Like even just trying to do like a lunch a month,
especially being a mother,
and it's on a single mother on top of that.
Exactly.
Because it's like these mofos always with us, like, and everyone
just kind of grown. So I'm like, peace, I'm out of here.
I'm like, yeah, she is with her dad like over the weekend, but then it's like, okay, now I have to take away time when I'm with her to schedule these things and be intentional, like land the foundation and and all of that stuff. So it's like, when she gone, I'm just like, I just want to sleep now. I need to refuel. Like I don't have a lot of energy to be like, woo. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. God bless you. Baby. It takes a lot, especially. But even when I do end up doing that, of like going to like outings with friends from church or friends in recovery and stuff like that, when I get home, my social battery ain't even low. It's depleted. It is depleted. When I tell you, I lay down in my bed, sometimes with my street clothes on. God bless you. Blow your nose, please. I'm just like, girl. One day I came home. Actually, we came home from like going to like the park and everything for like church. It was like church lunch at the park, and we were there from 1 to 3. We get home at like 3:45. Me and Guy. Now it was sunny outside and stuff. Tell me why we knocked out until midnight. Until midnight, and then got up, ate some food, stayed up until about 2, went back to sleep, and got up at 5. And then my whole week was just off. Like my whole week's sleep was just off. It was 2:00 in the afternoon, and I was like, I'm struggling, y'all. I'm struggling. And everybody's at work was like, you good? And I'm like, I'm not good. Like
I'm here though.
But that's literally how it is. Of like, whenever I'm trying to be social, trying to be intentional with like maintaining even like bare minimum relationships outside of things that I have to do, I'm just like, hi, I came, I'm here. Like that's what I get. And I'm like, but yeah, you're so right when you say like it is very hard to want to be outgoing and making new friendships, especially when you do have friendship trauma. And not a lot of people talk about that. That's a real thing of being betrayed by somebody that you weren't in a romantic relationship, but you were still like emotionally intimate with that person. Like you shared your life with that person.
No, for real.
And then for you to like be betrayed by that person, you're just like, why would I even try again?
Dead ass, no, for real, for real.
Why would I even try again? Do you want to talk about friendship trauma? Because we both got stories.
Oh god, that's be its own episode.
Right, that part. Because I'm like, jeez. And I'm like, that as well as like even like familial friendships, and then being betrayed in those relationships as well. You're just like, so even strangers and people I know. I'm learning that I can't trust these people. I'm learning that I can't trust people. So why would I even try? And I'm like,
that part. No, for real, for real.
That ain't nothing but the devil. Don't even get me started.
No, for real.
But I am happy that like I've grown up to start being able to discern like when people are like kind of being fake, essentially. Like fake people that I got stories. it's work stories. But I'm like, but I've grown and being able to discern, like, oh, I see how you talk about other people when they're not here, about the things that they've confided in you to not share. So I'm learning. I'm not about to be.
I can't confide in you.
No. And then even at one point, this person was like, "Oh, like I don't really know that much about you, like, and all that stuff." And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, because we don't hang out,
right?
Because we don't hang out.
But
You don't talk to me. You don't even. You're not around me all the time. So why would you know anything about me? The only stuff that you know about me is what other people done told you about me. And 9 times out of 10, it's probably based off of opinion, not actual fact.
Right.
And I'm like, the only way you're gonna get to know me is if you be intentional. But I've already seen how you are with other people, so I'm not going to willingly share information with you.
No, for real.
It's only based off of your actions. If I feel like I'm gonna share, yeah. And then there was like one point where like they felt some type of way, and they were like, "Oh, well, I thought you were like trying to be this way." I said, "No, because why would I? That makes no sense."
Like, what did you
like? I'm not calling you stupid, but that's real stupid of you.
to be assuming.
To assume
because you're making an ass out of yourself. No.
Because you don't know anything about me, so you're making an assumption about what I'm thinking. And I was like, no, that's not at all what I was thinking. I was just making a statement, and I needed an answer. I asked a question, I got the answer. That was it. But I'm like, no, there was no like nefarious undertone or anything like that. And I think like so many people nowadays too have gotten so burned by people that they trust that when people, even when you are genuinely just being nice, just being a nice person, people are like so hurt that take your time having kids. Guy Leola, sit down, please. But I'm like, when you're genuinely just being nice to somebody and they've been hurt by people in the past, they don't know how to take that. They're just like, well, what do you want in return? Yeah. What strings are attached? Mm-hmm. What are you trying to get out of me? And like, and it's like, no, just take it. Just take me being nice, okay? Or I'll cut you. And then, and then it won't be so nice, okay? Let me be nice for I cut you, and then it won't be so nice.
I'm dead.
But also, like, then too, it was easy making friends in your 20s because you don't really know what you want in life. You don't really know who you are. And everybody's still like discovering themselves. And then when you're in your 30s, you're just like, I don't have time to BSing with you.
No,
I don't have time to be doing that stuff. Like, there's things that I want in my life. And if you don't want those things, I'm not mad at you for not wanting those things. But don't be mad at me when I stop calling you and hitting you up.
No, for real.
When I stop being available for anything that you want to do that doesn't go with what I'm trying to do. Sorry, not sorry.
No, for real.
Sorry, not sorry. I got accepted to Grand Canyon University.
Okay.
I will be starting the courses to get my bachelor's in behavioral health. Of course. Of course. Now I've been telling everybody, if not next week, no, the goal is to start the following week, like around April 14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what the schedule is going to be like?
It's like it's online. It's definitely online because according to my bills, I got to stay full time. According to my bills, I got to stay full time working. But yeah, it's going to be online. I want to say it's going to be like 2 years, at least 2 years, because I mean, according to FAFSA, that's what I filled out.
Yeah.
2 years.
2 years. Too.
But plus side is
so
that...
you just doing the associates?
No, bachelor's.
Are you doing bachelor's?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I transferred 36 of my credits were able to be transferred from my past schooling. And it's a total of 120 credits for my degree. Mm-hmm. So I only need 84 credits. She was like, yeah, that'll put you approximately like in the middle of your sophomore year. I was like,
okay.
If I had edges. Mm-hmm. I told you, keep you on your toes.
You get on my nerves.
But yeah, I'm like, I tell everybody, I'm like, I don't have a social life. I don't. And I intentionally do that. Because I'm like, having a social life is going to be very distracting. To get out of the kitchen, having a social life would be very distracting from like trying to pursue goals and stuff. I remember I do this thing at work where I'll do like an inspirational quote of the week. Mm-hmm. And I put up the quote on there that I told one of my sponsees. I was like, you can't clean your inside if you always outside. You can't straighten up your inside if you always outside.
No, for real.
Because she was sitting there talking about like how she's stressed that her house is so dirty and da 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 da, but she's like going to a lot of events and da 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 da. And I was like, you ain't gonna find time to clean up your house if you always outside. Something's gotta give.
No, for real.
Something's going to have to go. If you want a clean home, you gotta be home. That's it. Period. That's it. Sometimes you might have to go months and years and however long without something in order to get something else.
Yeah.
Does it suck?
Sacrifice.
Yes, it sucks. It sucks so much. Yes. But it's so good. Because it's like, yeah, I hate it. Also, I love it. Because then on top of that, the people that are going to be for you will still be there. Definitely. And they'll still be checking in on you. Hey, how you doing? You ain't going crazy, right? All right, cool. But then the people that aren't for you will be like, she's doing this and she doing that and da da da. She don't call no more. Da da da. I don't have time for your bull. I don't have time for your drama. I don't have time for you complaining about the things that you complaining about, but you don't want to change them.
That part.
Can we talk about that? So many people sitting there complaining about their life, and it's like, do something about it. Because no one else is going to do anything about it except for you.
No, for real.
But if you still sitting there complaining about it, okay. I tell that to my patients. Not that, but I'm like, technically that. Look, okay, because if you're going to come and treat with me, I'm just going to keep it 100, okay? Because they'll be like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You can't. They're like, ah. And I'm like, well, if you keep telling yourself that you can't do something, then you can't do something.
Do it. You manifesting it. Right?
You're telling yourself you can't do it. You're right. But if you say, I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to learn how to do this. I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. That's nothing. I could do that. And then if you can't, that's why it's called training.
Right.
Girl. My favorite thing to tell my patients, because they're like, oh, I can't do this exercise. I'm out of shape. I look them dead in their soul. I'm like, no, circle's still a shape.
Oh, I'm gonna use that.
Nah, circle's still a shape.
I'm dead.
You're good. Circle's still a shape. 3 sets of 10.
I'm dead.
And then I told him the same thing. I told him the same thing I told my mom. And I straight up tell him, I'm like, look, if you don't take responsibility for your health, then you're just asking for death.
No, for real, facts.
Because I'm like, no one's gonna take care of you. Because you're a big boy. Pull up your big boy pants. 3 sets of 10. No one's gonna do it for you. No one's gonna come up and be like, here you go. Let's move your arms.
No, for real.
They're not gonna do your core exercises for you. They're not gonna do that for you. If anybody's gonna do anything for you, you're gonna be on your deathbed, and that's when it's be too late. So take responsibility for your health. Take responsibility for your life. It might not have been your fault. Now it's your responsibility.
No, for real.
Do something about it. Yeah, my patient's left me. I might seem like I'm an ass, but they keep coming back.
No, for real. And people need that. People need that criticism, like.
And I'm like, and it's not even like just a. It's not even just like just a. It's like a. It's a loving criticism. Right. It's like, hey, I love you too much to allow you to be stagnant in this. I love you too much for you to be ignorant in this section of your life. You got everything else figured out, but you're unhealthy.
Right.
In your body, in your mind, you're unhealthy. Do something about it. If she got anything, she's got quite an imagination. Wonder where she gets it from. Yeah, I know.
Right.
We be going back and forth. I was like, I love you. She was like, I love you too, mama. Like on Shrek. I love you too, daddy. Do the roar. I'm dead. Oh my goodness. But making friends in your 30s is always exciting, but also
a challenge.
It's also a challenge. It's an exciting challenge. And then when I'm able to discern when I shouldn't be in relation with somebody as a friend, and then things get revealed, I'll be like, I ain't gotta say nothing. Look,
I'm there.
They, and a lot of the times when I don't say anything, and I just like, we just gonna pray for them. We're gonna be good. It's gonna be cool. And then things happen and things come out. I'll be like, I didn't even have to say nothing. They just proved it themselves.
No, for real.
I'm just saying. Practice discernment when making friends. Because on top of that, though, and then I'll end with this. I'm like, but on top of that, though, you don't want any and everybody, especially like being a mom, and
you don't want no big circle.
You can't. Not everybody can be your friend.
Nobody, exactly.
Can't everybody be your friend, especially when you are a parent? Not everybody needs to be your friend. Not everybody needs to be coming over,
especially with different energies and different spirits. Like, you don't want all that up in and out of your life, right?
And then around your babies.
That part,
girl. And I'm like, not everybody needs to be your friend. And that part too. The kids be paying. They be watching. Observant little son of us.
You feel me? I'm observant, but you know them kids super.
They like hawks, just
man. Beyond pros, like
girl. And I'm like, so not everybody needs to be your friend. And if you don't practice discernment for yourself, practice discernment for your baby. Girl. And we're gonna end with that, but not everybody can be your friend.
Not for real.
Yeah, it's because Unleashed.